time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone, on what has been a beautiful day. Hope you enjoyed the afternoon where we went up into the mid-60s in many locations. And I'll tell you somebody that had a great time is Skyler the Palm. He can really run. Look at the speed on that little guy. So he loves to, by the way, his middle name is Chase. And we probably should have named him Chase for the first name. He loves to grab that tennis ball and he'll wait till you get right up close to him and then he's gone and you're not going to catch him. He's just going in coast speed on here. I had to slow him down a little bit to be able to get some footage of him, but he can fly like lightning. And tell you what, it's a great afternoon to get outside, get some of that vitamin D, and also Skyler chasing him around. That will certainly bring you into shape very quickly. If you weren't in shape, it will bring you into shape. That's for sure. Well, let's go ahead and get a check on our outside weather tonight. It is now 54. It's kind of hard to see a great afternoon like that going away, but you know what? It's going to come right back tomorrow and we're going to be a little bit warmer. 54, we got calm winds, at least for right now. So this is the quietest our weather's been all week. The winds have been rather low and things are just nice and dry out there. Not hardly a cloud in the sky from Memphis or to Trenton here. We're coming in at 50 in Trenton, and we've got temperature of 48 right now in Paris. Nice and quiet out here too. Looking at a lovely night. It's going to be a pretty good night to get the telescope out, maybe see if we can see some stars and planets there. But 55 right now in Ridgely. We got 50 in Union City, Dresden coming in at 50. As we said, 48 in Paris and Camden also at 48. We got Trenton coming in at 55, 52 in Alamo right now. And we've got 52 in Somerville, Bolivar, and 54 right here in Selmer, which endured quite a bit of the storms over the weekend. So nice to see that you guys are getting a kind of a quiet and down pattern a little bit. The winds, they're only up, you know, about 13, maybe 14 miles an hour, and that's just occasionally. For the most part, they've been holding down to calm to around 3 to 5 miles per hour. Looking at our surface map, so we've got a few low pressure areas kind of building in here, but the thing is, you're not seeing any rain indicated, and that's because there's no lift mechanism here. And then the main factor is going to be the high pressure off to the south. We did have that little warm front lifting in today. And as it continues to flow in with that warm air, we're going to really start to turn towards summer-like temperatures heading into the weekend. In fact, it'll feel hot at times, especially over parts of the weekend. We're going to talk about that. But right now, all the precipitation well off to the north and east right now. We'll probably see a few patchy clouds about mid-afternoon tomorrow, but that's about it. Everything is looking nice and dry in the precipitation department right on through the end of the week. The future cast, it might as well have the day off. It's not showing anything over the next 12 to 24 hours. Most of any precipitation is going to be up around the Great Lakes and just off of the East Coast here. So I think we are in for some fabulous weather, friends, and I hope you get a chance to get out and get a little vitamin D and enjoy some of the sunshine. Notice the weather map, even at this hour where it's typically starting to really cool down. We've got 88 degrees in Las Vegas, 93 in Phoenix, Arizona. We've got 66 in Denver, Colorado, Billings, Montana at 61. We've got 46 in Bismarck, where they were actually in the upper 50s today. And we've got Omaha, Nebraska at 63. Not as cold either. Detroit at 34, Nashville at 46. And notice we are a little warmer where that warm air is coming in. We're still holding in the 50s over many areas here in West Tennessee, here in the 10 o'clock hour. So let's go ahead and take a look at radar. All is quiet, no precipitation in and around our area. We see a little bit up here, but it fizzles out in the dry air over northern parts of Missouri, right along that warm frontal boundary that continues lifting in. And we're just getting started. We were in the 60s today, but we're going to go into the low 70s tomorrow. Upper 70s on Friday. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great weekend shaping up for us. Now for tonight, it's going to be a little bit on the chilly side, but it won't be near as cold as it was yesterday morning or the morning before. So maybe a light jacket heading out, maybe a few clouds at times overnight tonight, but we're going to be in for a great day heading into our Thursday, which is going to lead an even greater day and pull the curtain back for an even better day on Friday. So coffee cast shows about 47 at 6 a.m. While you're having your cup of caffeine beverage there, about 45 at 7 a.m. and then 8 a.m. back to about 47, and we'll continue to climb after that, friends. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bus stop forecast. So around the bus stop time, about 45 under a partly cloudy sky, mostly sunny heading into the afternoon. Almost a picture-perfect temperature coming in. In fact, most people, when they're surveyed, they say, I like 72 degrees. That's probably the most requested temperature. But personally, I like, like upper 60s to about 70 degrees right in there. But again, I'm kind of an outlier compared to the majority of the people when it comes to those preferred temperatures. All right, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. So going to be about 73 at the highest, shortly about 3:30, 4 o'clock right along in there. We'll drop to 51, so not as cold for the overnight lows. Almost 80 on the current temperature forecast. 79. Some of you could hit the big 80 there on Friday, especially south of I-40. Mid-50s on Friday night. Should be a pleasant evening there. And if you're headed out on Saturday, 81, 85, some isolated areas south of I-40. You guys like Selmer, you could very well see like 86 or 87 for the high on Sunday. It's going to almost feel hot. Of course, it's not going to be as humid as what it typically would be in the summertime with those temperatures. Cooling down next week. Now, I will point out, too, in the long-range models, I am seeing what could be, now this is a long way off, but our next severe potential, don't worry, it's way down the road, but it looks like about March the 31st into maybe April Fool's Day, the first day of April, right along in there. But again, that could change, but just kind of throwing that out there. We'll be fine-tuning as we get a little closer to it. Take care. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching West Tennessee Weather Network. This has been meteorologist Brian Davis.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.